is not the time for small plans. Now is the time to finally meet our moral obligation to provide every child a world-class education.
What if they don't want to learn?
You know, Michelle and I are only here tonight because we were given a chance at an education. And I will not settle for an America where some kids don't have that chance.
They all have that chance now, as long as they try.
I'll invest in early childhood education.
Oh, brother.
I'll recruit an army of new teachers and pay them higher salaries and give them more support.
To change diapers, give them higher
In
salaries.
exchange, I'll ask for higher standards and more accountability. If you commit to serving your community or our country, we will make sure you can afford a college education.
They're going to do it, man. They are not going to do it.
Now is the time to finally keep the promise of affordable, accessible health care for every single American.
Never happened.
If you have health care, my plan will lower your premiums.
Really?
If you don't, you'll be able to get the same kind of coverage that members of Congress give themselves.
Okay, so why should anybody pay anything then? Why keep your plan?
And as someone
I want
who
the Congress
watched
plan.
my mother argue with insurance companies while she lay in bed dying of cancer.
Listen very carefully to every single word that this candidate, Obama, says to you. You have to read between the lines. You have to figure out that because of this, based upon what he said here, that means that this applies. For instance, when he says his mother is lying in bed dying of cancer, arguing on the phone with insurance companies, that should tell you that perhaps his mother was uninsured. And then, when she found out she had terminal cancer, was trying to get insurance from somebody. Companies would be more than one company. And of course they were probably telling her that they did not want to cover her because the insurance companies do not like to cover the diseases you already have when you buy an insurance policy from them. That is a pre-existing condition. Everybody knows this. I'm just supposing, I'm hypothesizing based upon what I have been told by the speaker, the great one, the magnificent Obama. Look, I don't want to be insulting, not trying to be condescending, I'm not trying to ridicule anybody. I don't mean to call anybody a liar, but I suppose if there were more evidence to back up the claims made by Barack Obama in his life story, it would be easier to believe what he says and trust him. Like I said, it leads you to further conclude, to further deduce, to further surmise, to extrapolate and infer, if you will. It's an unpleasant subject to ruminate over, and if you land on the side of the insurance company, you will be seen as being cold-hearted. But how can you expect somebody to pay for something, put the money up front? How long did she actually even pay for health insurance before she wound up with cancer? There's so many questions to be answered, but you are forced to believe whatever he says about his life to be true, with no backup, with no evidence, with no pictures, with no affirmations by relatives and friends and business partners and co-workers of Obama himself. All you know about Obama's life is what he tells you. McCain and Palin lives are open books. I mean, there's people all around them that can affirm that whatever they have said about their past is true. And if it's not, somebody is coming up and speaking about this. And such is not the case with Obama. Doesn't that worry you? I know it does in all your personal relationships with other people. Why do you trust this man so much more than anybody else you know? That's just troublesome to me.
Sure. I will make certain those companies stop discriminating against those who are sick and need care the most.
Right. Somebody's sick, you take care of them until they die. You're a doctor, right? Yeah. So keep taking care of them for nothing. You go broke, you keep taking care of them.
Gotta serve your community, comrade.
Now is the time to help families with paid sick days and better family leave. Because nobody in America should have to choose between keeping their job and caring for a sick child or an ailing parent.
He sounds like such a nice guy, saying such thoughtful things like he cares about you. But what if all this time off you're getting that, he's going to make sure that you get paid for by your company? How's your company going to get the work done that you're supposed to be doing? And how can they get their products manufactured or perform whatever service they're doing if you're not around to perform these tasks? It's pie in the sky. He wants your company to fail. How compassionate, huh? Frickin' idiot. It's starting to make me sick, all this goddamn compassion.
Now is the time to change our bankruptcy laws so that your pensions are protected ahead of CEO bonuses.
Yep. So you can borrow money and never pay it back.
Senator, the CEO bonuses received by Franklin Raines, your buddy, one of your main economic advisors, even though you like to run around dismissing your deep, intimate, close ties with the man, who incidentally made damn close to $100 million in 6 years from Freddie Mac, an organization just like Fannie Mae, pretty much, where the same thing was going on with that Johnson guy and Jamie Gorelick, who are also advisors of yours and good friends of the Clintons. You know, our Social Security is going to be more important than them, right? Than their money, than their bonuses. And incidentally, their bonuses are as big and huge and corruptly obtained as they were, are minuscule compared to the money that Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, their companies, are now trying to convince the President and the Congress that the American taxpayer now has to foot the bill for.
And the time to protect Social Security for future generations.
Right. Hello, there is none.
Many of these plans will cost money.
Yeah.
Which is why I've laid out
they're all going to cost
how I'll
money.
pay for every dime.
Oh, really? Every dime?
By closing corporate loopholes and tax havens.
They'll just get a new loophole, man.
I will also go through the federal budget line by line, eliminating programs that no longer work and making the ones we do need work better and cost less.
No president has ever been allowed to do that. The Congress will not let you do it. I don't care if you got a whole Democrat, communist, Marxist-ass Congress. They're not going to let you do that because they want power too. They'll say it's checks and balances. You can't just go writing off everything. What, are you going to send all them government workers doing them programs home? Then what? You're about a fucking ignorant dumbass.
A line item veto is what every single president since Ronald Reagan, possibly before him, has been trying to acquire that the Congress simply will not let him acquire, because they don't want the president to be able to just cross out certain things on their bills, you know, where they got $3 million to study cow farts in Nebraska or something like that. Congress wants to bring all the pork home to all their respective states, and so they will never allow any president to have this line item veto authority.